Now, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? The title of the video is, Who are the inhabitants of the earth? Who are the inhabitants of the earth? Now, first of all, you heard the first video when we talked about earth. What was earth? So let me just post a couple of those Bible verses again to the first Bible verse.
The Book of Genesis, Chapter 1. In the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters.
First Bible verse tells you, in the beginning God created heaven and the earth. The earth was formless was void without form, and darkness was swept over the deep of the earth. And the Spirit of God over the earth, all over the waters. And you see this right here.
Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and there was no longer any sea.
Told you, in the end, Revelation says, in the end, God, in the heaven and earth passed away, and new heaven and new earth was created. You feel me? The new heaven and new earth was created. Feel me? And now, we're here for this Bible verse right here.
All inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, all whose names have not been written in the Lamb's book of life, the Lamb who was slain from the creation of the world.
See it? That says, all the inhabitants of the earth, whose name was not written in the book of life, worship the beast. Now, my big question is this. Why would God say all the inhabitants of the earth? If NASA, you know what I'm saying, this $30,000 prosperous is telling NASA and all the space people to claim that there's no life in space. I told you what the earth was. You know what I'm saying? It did not say all the inhabitants of planet Earth. It did not say all the inhabitants of planet Earth. They named this planet Earth as a deception. Okay. So what do you call everything that's ever created? They gave different names to different planets. They gave this planet Earth. So try to say, oh, this is planet Earth. This is the earth that God created. No. The Bible talks about it. You see the Bible first. The first Bible verse I posted talks about how God created heaven and earth. God recreating the heaven and the earth. So now it's saying the heaven and the earth. It not say the planets. It not say in the end of Revelation, not say God created planets. In the beginning, not say God created planets. It said God created heaven and earth. And the earth was without form, and it was void in the beginning of Genesis. See, y'all didn't catch Genesis. Genesis said, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form, and it was void. It was without form. There was nothing formed in the earth, and it was void, and the darkness was on the surface of the deep. So it was describing space. Just said, without the planets. It was describing space without the planets. When it said it was without form, there was nothing formed on the earth. When it said it was void, it was empty. Space is empty. The only thing in space are the stars, the wormholes, you know what I'm saying, the meteors, and the planets. Well, if you take the planets away, if you take the sun away, Even the sun wasn't there when he created the earth, the space. But it was dark without form. And then, see, the next verse said, let there be light. And there was light. And the sun came. The sun was the first thing he created after he created space. So when it talks about earth, right, it's talking about space. Space is the earth. Because in the beginning, it said the earth was without form. And it was void. Space is without form. And space is void. The only thing in space is this planets. There's nothing else in space. Space is just an empty space. It's just room for planets to go around and rotate. She give you a little truth and a lot of lies. She tell you, oh, the planet is circular, it's moving, rotating, right there, rotating. She feel me. She tell you this, she tell you that, she tell you all these things. But she know how to tell you, or there's nobody there in space, or we can't go to this planet, or we can't go to that planet. Most of this planet, they don't have enough rocket, because you need fuel. It's a long distance. How are UFOs coming over here? They're finding a fuel source. You feel me? That's why they come over here and get stranded over here. Because they don't have the same fuel source over here as they do in their home. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The earth is the space. It's space. And I'm doing a video about that. Earth is space. You feel me? The earth is space. That's why the Bible said, and the inhabitants of the earth will worship the beast, were those whose name was not written in the book of life. So that tells you that they are inhabitants on this earth. There are people that live in this earth. There are people that inhabit this earth. In these planets, there are people there. They are inhabitants of these planets. You call them alien, whether you call them alien people, whatever you call them. They inhabit this earth. There are people on Mars. You just haven't been on Mars to look around. Or you claim you haven't been on Mars. But she has been on Mars with demons. Demons can take you to Mars. Demons can take you to Saturn. Demons can take you to Mercury. She tell you all the lies about the planets and how violent the planets are and how this and how that. So how are the inhabitants of the earth surviving and the planet is so violent? That's why I tell you, man, she put a lot of lies and tell you a little truth with a lot of lies. That's why I'm helping you understand this, because there are aliens that want to get their soul saved. That's why my Savior Soul Gospel, I always talk to the people and the aliens, because I know there are aliens watching me. They've been watching me. They've been watching my page. They've sent word to their people. They reach people through my technology. They people through my technology. You feel me? Created stuff in their planets. People don't watch me. People can listen to me. So you feel me? So that people who can't hear the word of God, because the end time came. You feel me? She's trying to have people stay with her. These people don't want to be here with her and her people. These people don't want to sit here and lose their soul. Some people want to be demons, cool. But people that don't want to be demons, they don't want to be demons and they don't want to burn. They fear burning, they don't want to burn to get their soul picked out. That's why I tell people fast. Because if you've been starting fasting a long time ago, you would have seen that this shit is hard as hell. And you would have been perfect on mastering it by now. You would have mastered it by now. And that's why I tell you guys, space is planet, is Earth, man. The Bible said the Earth was void and without form. There was nothing form, which is space. And in space are planets. And the Bible said the inhabitants of this earth, the inhabitants. It did not say the inhabitants of planet Earth. It said the inhabitants of Earth as a whole. All the inhabitants of Earth. That means all the planets, all the planetary system, all the people in the planetary system, all the aliens, all the humans, all the aliens, everybody in the planetary system. You need to save your soul, man. That's the funny thing about this. That's the funny thing about this. You feel me? So there are people, so there are aliens out there. She just didn't allow y'all to talk to the aliens. You probably saw some aliens come. You only saw aliens when they came down here. And they crash landed on your planet. Because they saw your planet was good for life. She's trying to say there's no water in Mars. There's nothing in Mars, there's nothing in Jupiter. All those things are lies. Because God created everything for every planet. He created everything for every planet. I created everything for it. Because I'm the one that created this shit, man. They bitch want to lie on me. Because I'm the one that created this shit, man. But that's what y'all not understanding. They telling lies on me. Telling me I did not create nobody else. That I only created humans. So how do you explain your UFOs? And there's nobody in the universe. As you call it, you don't call it Earth, you call it universe. And there's nobody in the universe. Because I created people, man. I created aliens. I created other people, man. You feel me? And she's lying. She's sitting there smiling, lying, thinking it's all fun and games. That's why I'm tired of her. It's time for her to get off that throne. Because niggas tired of listening to those lies. Niggas tired of listening to her smirk and that fake ass smile. That's why they lie about everything. That they are gods, that they run the world, that Jesus is in charge of all galaxies and government. How you know that there are galaxies and government? How did you know that there are galaxies and government if you've never been to different galaxies and seen different government? There probably is a whole control system in space that the aliens and work together and build up, or they're trying to limit information because they're trying to deceive us. Like, I didn't create this shit. Like, I don't see this shit. Man, look at man. Bro, I just want y'all, you feel me, think. And think with your head. You feel me? I want y'all to read this Bible verse really carefully. They took all the other books, or you were just talking about the other books of the Bible, not just the book of Enoch. They hear the 366th book of Enoch. They hear the Acts of Solomon. They hear the Acts of War. They hear the Acts of David. They hear so many books. They took so many books and said they're not exist, so people will not learn the truth about existence, about life. That's why it's time for them to step down. But she don't want to step down. That's why I put that video. That Trippy will wage war against her. Trippy will wage war against her and bring her down. And why she will be brought down. Her and her husband and her people will be brought down by the same demons that she used to bring people down. That's the irony of it. She will be brought down by the same demons she used to bring nations down, and kings down, and people down. The same demons they use, they will be brought down by the same demons. There's the irony of this game. I created all that. She don't know my purpose. She don't know. She doesn't know our purpose. She think it's just a game. We just here. We're stupid. She think we're stupid because we don't say shit. Especially her. Then my Bible says she'll be set on fire to get her mind right. Because that shit that her and her husband and her family and generation that they doing, think that they're hard-headed, we going to get their mind right. Promise you this. Because I'm going to see to it that her mind is right by the time we set them on fire. You feel me? Just like the Bible said. This is not a threat. This is not a hate speech. This just explaining the Bible says. We're going to get their mind right. We're going to get their mind right. They say that fire get their mind right. That fire, when you put your hand in the fire, you get your mind right. You never want to play with fire again. Once you play with fire, you get burnt. You will never want to play with fire again. When you play with the gods, and the gods set you on fire, say, oh, y'all on fire, y'all will never want to play with the gods again. You will never disrespect the gods again. By the time we set your fire on earth, and in the lake of fire and in the sun, you will never want to play with us again. So, that's it, y'all. I just want to point that out to y'all about the inhabitants of the earth. You feel me? Because these people are lying. They're telling so much lies. Like, it's funny. You feel me? And, you feel me? I want y'all to think. I want y'all to read that Bible and understand those words in those Bibles. Ask yourself a question. When you come to something you don't understand, use your logic to think. Think for yourself. Don't just go where I say, look at everything around you. And make sure it makes sense. I know they gave you just a little bit, you know what I'm saying, a word of the word of God to use, but it's enough. It's enough information in this Bible to expose the truth. And that's what I'm using to expose the truth. It is enough information in this Bible to expose the truth. And that's what I'm using to expose the truth. You feel me? And that's why I'm laughing at people. Feel me? That's why I laugh at them. That's why I laugh at her. That's why I laugh at him. That's why I laugh at Tafadola. That's why I laugh at Pastor Chris. That's why I laugh at their family. Because they think that they're hurting me. They're doing something to me. But I'm just seeing y'all laughing my ass off. And they don't know why I'm laughing. Because it's funny. They have no clue what's about to happen to them. They honestly don't have a clue what's about to happen to them. All those lies that they said will blow up in their face. So, Feel me? Search for the truth always. Always search for the truth. And fast and save your soul. Fast and pray and save your souls. Feel me? That's all I can tell you. Fast and pray and save your souls. Feel me? I've come to the end of my speech. Come to the end of my lesson. Feel me? Need 20 minutes. I just want to explain that to you. How to go teach my space, earth. You feel me? So, let us go ahead. Have a good day. Have a blessed day. Have a prosperous, wonderful, productive day. And see you soon, y'all.